Sofia's Haven Audiobooks. Stories you can hear presents Moonlight Bride English version by Sofia. You can read the online books and read along on Dream and MoboReader. Filipino version is under Precious Hearts Romances. Villa Celesta was Callea's sanctuary. It was a rundown 1920s mansion that her family owns. She would be evicted out of the house soon because only the firstborn son of Lopez's could own it according to tradition. There is only one way to get the mansion though: marry Deive Hontiveros, the grandson of her grandfather's best friend. Deive was a gorgeous man. The first sight of him made her heart skip a beat. He saw her as a beautiful princess and he had no qualms about marrying her. He was even ready to protect her from the dark elements that goes out of Villa Celesta during night. But would he still marry her if he finds out that she was one with the darkness as well? Chapter 1. Rachmaninoff's music from the antique phonograph floated around the old Commonwealth mansion in Nagcarlan, Laguna. Callea loved listening to classical music while reading at the sofa just right before dinner time. Luna, her black cat, purred while sleeping on her lap. It was as if the music was singing for the dark night and the round moon, even the mystical elements that only live up during night.
"Señorita, here is your tea."
Marina offered her a cup of tea. She was a hunchback who helped her around the mansion and she was the only person who lived with her. She was a 26-year-old single woman living in the mansion in the middle of nowhere. There were only fields around them and the neighbors were a few kilometers away. She didn't mind the solitude. She loved it. She didn't need too much human in her life. She already got a cat.
"Thank you, Marina."
Callea's cat, Luna, meowed as if thanking the woman. Then the cat laid down her head on her lap once more, continuing its slumber. The night was perfect. The full bright moon even made it more so. She would ask Marina to watch the moon with her later. The rise of the full moon was the best chance for them. The silence of the night was blasted by the ring from the antique telephone. Callea picked it up and answered it.
"Hello.
How are you, hija?"
It was her grandfather, Tomasino Lopez, Sr., on the other line. He was the father of her mom. He owned the mansion she was living in. Her grandfather was living in the clan's main residence in Manila.
"I am great, Grandpa. Have you seen the moon tonight? It is beautiful."
No time to view the moon, but I will make your moon watching extra special. I have a good news for you. You finally get what you want.
Her eyes became as big as saucers. Excitement filled her to the brim.
"Really, Grandpa? You will finally give me Villa Celesta?"
Villa Celesta was her life. It has been a lifetime dream of hers to own it. It was the ancestral home of the Lopezes. There was so much history on it because it was erected on 1920s during the American occupation in the Philippines. And it was where she was born 26 years ago. She had so many beautiful memories there with her departed parents. The place made her feel happy. It was also her shield from the cruel outside world. It was her paradise. But the Lopezes had its own misogynistic tradition. Her grandfather wanted to pass down the mansion to his eldest grandson, her cousin, Tomasino Roque Lopez III, or her Kuya Torque. Even if her cousin was not interested with the mansion because he had his own villa in Manila and a member of the prestigious Stallion Island and Leisure Club, her grandfather still kept on holding on to his own tradition. So it was a great news that her grandfather was finally giving in. The mansion will be finally hers.
But I have one condition.
Callea stopped rejoicing. It was like the air hang around her while the ring of power in her grandfather's voice was echoing in her ears.
What is it, Grandpa?
You have to marry my best friend's grandson.
End of chapter 1. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy this chapter. Are you excited to listen to our next chapter? Please share this to your friends as well. Don't forget to click the bell button to subscribe to this channel. You can read the story on Dream and MoboReader. Filipino printed book version is available on www.shopee.ph/SofiaPHR. Feel free to check out my other videos in this channel and wait for the launching of www.sofiahavenstories.com so you can read Filipino stories and blogs soon. Until our next chapter.